Racist hotel rejects Big Shaq. The next day, he returns as the owner. On a cool autumn evening, the Royal Beacon Hotel's lobby gleamed with polished marble floors and soft lighting. Guests in tailored suits and designer dresses glided past, exchanging quiet greetings. Behind the front desk, Marissa, a young receptionist, prided herself on managing the hotel's elite ambiance. She believed she could spot the right sort of clientele from a distance. As the clock approached midnight, a tall, broad-shouldered black man stepped inside wearing a simple hoodie and jeans. His face was friendly but weary, as if he'd come from a long journey. He approached the front desk. Marissa's smile tightened, turning polite but guarded. She sized him up, noting his casual clothes. This wasn't how their usual guest dressed. "Good evening," he said calmly, voice deep and warm. "I'd like a room for the night." He leaned in slightly, offering a credit card. He stood well over 6 feet tall with a distinctive presence, but Marissa focused on what she considered the wrong kind of look. Marissa glanced at the empty reservations list. There were rooms available, plenty in fact, but something about him made her uneasy. He didn't fit her idea of an upscale guest. Ignoring the logic, she forced a thin smile. "I'm sorry, we're fully booked," she lied. The man's brow furrowed. He looked around. The lobby was quiet. Vacant tables and chairs suggested low occupancy. "Are you certain?" he asked softly. "I'm happy to pay any rate." Marissa folded her arms. "I'm sorry, sir. There's nothing I can do. Perhaps you could try elsewhere." At that moment, a well-dressed couple entered. Marissa's demeanor changed instantly. A genuine smile, a warm greeting. Within minutes, she produced a room key for them with no hesitation. The tall man watched, disappointment flickering in his eyes. He realized this was no misunderstanding. This was bias, plain and simple. He nodded to himself, controlling a surge of anger. "Thank you," he said quietly, turning to leave. Outside, the crisp air stung his cheeks. He took a deep breath. He wasn't just any traveler turned away. He was Shaquille Big Shaq O'Neal, a legendary basketball figure whose name was known worldwide. He was also a successful entrepreneur who had quietly acquired properties and businesses. The Royal Beacon Hotel had been on his radar for months. Tonight's encounter sealed his decision. That night, Shaq made calls. He spoke to his financial advisor, his legal team. The hotel's parent company had been struggling, and Shaq had considered investing. Now he resolved to buy it outright. By morning, he would finalize the deal. As dawn broke, Shaq's team confirmed the purchase.